Morning, students, and Jai Hind. Today, we are going to study about the monastery system. Now, already we have discussed about and share our discussion about the social or the religious status and the political status of the first state, the clergy now who held their strong uh, power or their strong position in the Christian society. Understand? Or we have already mentioned that the bishops, understand, in almost every village of the Europe, there in every village of the Europe, there had been and there must be a church, understand, and that church must have the tracts of the land and state under the church control, and as well as the church held all kind of the donation and the charity and the donation, and moreover the church had the right to impose the taxes upon the productions upon the produced by 1/10 of the total produce. The church used to take as a tax, that is called the tax. Understand? So now this is the progress, and the bishops and the priests, they had to observe the certain rules and regulations. They have to observe the rules and regulation of the church, and the priest now he was now deprived of priest was deprived of having the marriage. He could not get the marriage, understand, or he had to be the observe a very pious religious life, understand, or he was the like the his status was like a noble who was the political unit of the state, understand. So, or now the vast state, the bishops and the church held, and the bishop enjoyed a lot through those states, and moreover the some of the important ceremonies. Now I have already mentioned many of the ceremonies, understand, which had been the adopted, and which had been the or the etiquette ceremonies which had been the taken, or they had been adopted from the nobility. In the nobility, many etiquettes were in the practice, understand, and those etiquettes had been the taken over or have been the imitated and begin to be the part of the practice and the rituals, part of the Christians on the part of the churches. Understand? The now students, we have studied this all in our previous classes. Today we are going to center our study, or the center our study on the monasteries and the monks and the rules. The here we have studied about the church and the priest. Understand? The church and the priest, we have studied about them. Understand? Now we are going to study those who were not the priest of the any bishop, not the priest of any church. Understand? And they now preferred to lead the life of the complete renunciated life, complete isolated or renunciated life from the society. They wanted, they preferred, and they wished to live alone, understand, or in the monasteries, away from the society and from the masses. So this kind of the priest and this kinds of the members of the church begin to be called as the monks. So here we in this we are going to study about the monks and devout Christians who had another kind of the organization, and now these monks had formed their another kind of the organization apart from the churches. I have already mentioned, apart from the churches were now established in the villages, but monks had their separate organization. Understand? and some deeply religious people, those who had the very deep reverence in the Christianity, understand, and these choose to live isolation lives, and these peoples now choose to live in the isolation lives, or in contrast to the clerical, or in contrast to the clerical who lived amongst the people in the towns. Apart from the clericals who lived amongst the people, among the masses, but they preferred to live away from them, and away from them. Moreover, they lived in the religious communities, or they used to live in the religious communities called the abbeys or the monasteries, where there the religious community lived. Understand, the co-monks and the co-monks used to live together. Understand, so that is called as the abbeys or the monastery, often in the place very far away from human habitation or human habitation. So these monasteries were situated far away from the crowded cities and the villages. Understand? In the isolated and the lonely places, these were kinds of the monasteries were situated, and moreover, and the habitation. Two of the well-known monasteries. Now here we have to be the explain. The two the well-known monasteries were those established by Sir Benedict. Sir Benedict in the Italy. Okay, 529. Sir Benedict in the Italy. He formed the one of the monastery, and the Cluny in Burgundy in the 910. Understand? It was the established the two prominent as monasteries were established, and moreover monks took the voice now before the entry in the monastery. Understand, like the Sangha, Gautam Buddha, understand, he formed a Sangha for the propagations of the Buddhism. So similarly, these in the Christianity, the monks took the voice to remain in the abbeys. They now took the oaths and the swear to for the rest of their lives. Before the entry, they used to take the swear. Understand? They swore to live the whole life, entire life, to spend in the monastery, and their time in the the whole life uh, they will spend in the prayer, study, prayer, study, and manual labor. Understand? This was the observance taken over by these monks, and the oaths or the they used to take before the entry of the monastery. Before that, they took it, and like and in the part of their oath taking, there were also the manual labors. For the manual labors, they used to take the or in the manual labors. Understand? Under the manual labors included farming, or the unlike the priesthood, this life was open to both men and women. Here we see that in the church, the priest, the women could not. Now there was women had no eligibility there. They were not allowed to enter into the churches. Understand? But contrast to the church organization, in the monastery, men and women both were allowed to uh, uh, join the monastery. And now here, and the men became the monks, and women used to be the called as the nuns. Men became and the nuns, or except in a few cases, you can see that all abbeys were single sex communities. Understand? Except some, all abbeys were single sex communities, and that is there were separate abbeys for men and the women. Only the certain or a very few monasteries where where the men and women live together, nuns and monks live together. But apart from that, okay, now we find a very few examples of these just co-religious and the monks and nuns, the co-livings were there. No, most of the monasteries were the single sex communities only live there, and moreover, that is there were the separate abbeys for the men and women, like the priest, monks and nuns did not marry. Understand? So like the priests were not allowed to having their marriage. Understand? Similarly, the nuns and the priest could not get the marriage. Understand? They were, and from small communities of the 10 or the up to the 20 men and women, monasteries grew in the communities often the several hundreds, because in the beginning there were a very a small response, very little response of the in these monasteries, but by the passage of the time, understand, now these monasteries became the full of, and now it's their numbers of the monks raised up to be the several hundreds. Understand? Now the willingly the revered people, deep revered people, and the deep believers, now they join, they prefer to join. Moreover, with large buildings and the landed estates, and these monasteries have now also developed in the large buildings, and as well as the vast or the estates or the large tracts of the lands were under the began to be the come under the monasteries. Okay, whether and moreover with the or moreover monasteries also became the educational centers. The schools and the colleges began to be opened, and moreover these monasteries also, the monasteries were attached with the hospitals for the common man treatments, and moreover they contributed to the development of arts, and the contribution of these monasteries in the art fields was very appreciable. Understand? They, and moreover abbess hildegard was a gifted musician. One the thus the abbess Hildegard, understand, he was a gifted musician, understand, and did much to develop a practice of community singing. Now he did the much of the practice of the community singing of the prayer in the church. Understand? So now you can say that now he contributed a music. Understand? With the music to the church, in which the prayer of the music. Understand? By his music. Understand? Art was now art was flourished. Art was enriched by his the music and by the other arts. Understand? So these monasteries were the much lavish with the art, and from the 13th century onwards, we can see that some groups of the monks called the friars, some groups of the monks, another groups amongst the monks, and other groups, understand, emerged the friars. Who were these friars? Now choose not to be the based in a monastery, and friars were those monks, understand, they did not didn't like to live in the monasteries. Understand? They preferred to move and the roaming. They liked the roaming from place to place or place to place, preaching to the people, and the living on charity, and they preferred to move on place to place and didn't like to live in the monasteries. Understand? So this group of the friars groups was a roaming monks. Understand? Or they never or the roaming monks, or lived on the charity. People now provided them the charity, and on the charities they lived on, and now preached the people or spread the Christianity. Understand? Propagated the Christianity by the moving or not living at one place in the in the monasteries. Okay, we have to get three. One priest who lived in the churches. His observation was the different. Monks, they have the different organization living in the. And the third one is that understand. Third one, the friars. Understand, these friars, okay, had they were the roaming and the moving or the roaming saints, roaming monks, we can say. Understand, the three kind of the priest we see in the Christianity. Moreover, students, one of the Benedictine monasteries, understand, this was the in England, about the manuscripts. So these all these monasteries were conducted. Monasteries exercised their work under a very strict rules and regulations had been laid down for their conduction. Here we find the Benedictine monastery. There was a manuscripts of the 73 chapters, rules which were followed by the monks. Monks now followed and led their life according to the rules laid down by the and the century. Here are the some of the rules and the had to be the follow. They have to be the follow for the century. Now in the chapter first of these manuscripts written that chapter 6 depicts that or the refers that permission to speak should rarely be granted to the monks. Permission to speak was hardly or they rarely granted to the monks. First thing. Second, students, in the chapter 7, humility means the obedience. Understand? Humility, they have to be the follow the obedience. Next thing is the chapter 33. No monk should own a private property. No right of the possession, any materialism or materialistic things and commodities or in form of the land or the any grants. No possession, personal or private possession. Understand? Next thing is that chapter 47. What this explains, and this idleness is the enemy of the soul. It is believed that idleness is the enemy of the soul. Understand? Or laziness. So, friars and the sisters should be the occupied at certain times, and the manual labor and at the fixed hours is the sacred reading. Manual labor, they have to be the rendered. Manual work in the field, and as well as the everyday certain part of the time, amount of the time should be the invested in the study of the religious scriptures. Understand? So this was the told, and the chapter 48 speaks that the monastery should be the laid out in such a way that all necessities be found within the bounds water, meal, garden and workshop. All these things, monasteries should be in such a founded in such a way that all the necessities, commodities and goods or things of requirement, understand, should be the found in the bounds or in the premises of the monastery. Understand? Like the mills, water, mill, garden, workshops. Understand? This should be the situated in the monastery. So the monastery must have a confined life. Here is these all inductions or the guidelines now reveals that or the clears that. Understand? Now the monastery the monks and the nuns, they had the very restricted life. Understand? Or they have to be the follow chastity or the sanctity in their everyday life. Moreover, students, now or by the 14th century, when in 13th century we have seen that by the 14th century, what happened? So there was a growing uncertainty about the value and the purpose. Now, gradually in the society, these monasteries, understand, or the priestly life began to lose its values in the societies. Understand? Now, how can we say that? These religious community started the losing their values and the purpose of the monasticism. Now they lost it. Uncertainty about the value and the purpose of monasticism in England. Now, in England, uh, Langland's poem, Langland's poem named the Piers Plowens. Piers Plowman. According to this, contrasted the ease and luxury of the lives of some monks, ease and luxurious life of some monks, with the pure faith of the simple plowmen and the shepherds and the poor common laborers. Now here, one thing is that in this book, understand, according to his work of Langland's poem. Okay, now poems the Piers Piers Plowens. Understand? Now he Plowman, Piers Plowman. Now he said that he want to say and depict that the contrasted the ease and comforts lives of the some monks with the pure faith of the simple plowmen and the shepherds and the poor common laborers. Now he compared it seems that these monks gradually started leading the life of the comforts, ease and comforts and the worldly life. Understand? They started and they led the worldly life. Understand? But he compared that those who are the much more sacred, those who are the hard workers and those who are the living the simple plowmen, understand, and they have the some monks pure faith of the simplicity, the now more than them, more than the monks, understand, simple plowmen, shepherds and the poor common laborers are the leading a simple and a sacred life, understand, rather than in comparisons to the monks who are the monks and the revered. But this poet, understand, had thrown the focus and revealed the luxurious and trying to reveal the luxurious life of the monastery, and it compares the life of the laborers, of the peasants, cultivators. Understand, the life of the laborers and the cultivators or shepherds, their life is the more sanctity, much more holy than the sacred life, rather than the monks who are the leading a very luxurious life or deep into the worldly affairs. Understand that he has tried, and this was the no doubt the beginning of the Reformation. Now, one thing is that by the 14th century, we realized that many, although the church had been established for the pious purpose, its objective was to help the helpless, understand, or and the poor, okay, and for or imparting the education to the masses and the children. But by the passage of the time, the church authorities started the leading the life of the luxury life, worldly life, involved in the tribal lives. So that's why the church, understand, began to lose its values in the eyes of the common man, and the common man's faith now started gone away, or the went away from the churches and its authority and the priest, because they were leading a very luxurious life, and ultimately they dipped into the corruption. As a result, what happened? The Reformation. Martin Luther started the Reformation against the or the Protestants movement. We can say the Reformation. He now launched a Protestants movement against the Catholic Church, who were dipping into the worldly life and the luxurious life. The Martin Luther, you know very well, he belonged to the Germany. Understand? He openly challenged the Pope. Okay, Pope and about and regarding his rotten and regarding his corrupt system. Understand? Or moreover, students and the laborers also in the England, Canterbury. Understand? One thing is Chaucer. Next, the Chaucer, a great writers. Understand? Or the Chaucer, one of the prominent. Chaucer wrote the Canterbury Tales, very famous Canterbury Tales, and according to that, which had the comic portraits, he now throw the ridiculous, understand, mocks upon the uh, upon the priest's life. Understand? He now throw the and the mocks or vex at the life of the monks and the portraits of a nun, a monk, and a friars. Or he had given the clear cut the portraits he is sketched or the portraits of the monks, a friars, or a nuns. Understand? So in this way, we see that by the passage of the time, understand, the upon the churches and over the monk system, the writers say started the throwing the light upon the whether the bright and dark side of the this monasteries. Okay, and monastery. Next thing is that the students. One thing is that the church and society. We have to be the see here. What will be the church and the societies? Okay. First thing is that though the Europeans became the Christians, now as the Christianity, no doubt, church and society means the what was the relation between the church and society. The now the most of the European in the Europe, every Christians, every those who born as a Christian, everyone who born in Europe was a Christian, supposed to be the a Christians. Understand, a Christian child, and the Europe became the Christian. They still held on the some of their old beliefs. Now, gradually, Christianity is spreading and the propagating. Understand, but still the believers of the church, understand, and knew those who have been the had been baptized newly, understand, in the Christianity, still they had their the beliefs in the magic and the folk traditions. Still, they were not ready to live. Understand? Not ready to live the their old traditions to which they belonged to, and which they had been the celebrating for the years and the decades. Understand? Even although they've now embraced the Christianity and converted into the Christianity, but they had still those old rituals in their hearts and their minds and in their and wanted to practice this. And those were the magic and the folk traditions, local traditions. Christian now Christmas and the Easter became the important date. Christmas, or you know very well, and the Easter became from the 4th century. Okay, and now Christ's birth celebrated on the 25th December, 25th December, or replaced and old pro-Roman festivals, and these festivals, understand, celebration of the Christ 25th December, understand, it was the completely replaced by old festivals. It was replaced, and the dated the which was the calculated by the solar calendar, and this was calculated by the solar calendar. Another Easter marked date of the which the calculated by the solar calendar. Easter marked the crucifixion. Understand? crucifixion of the Christ, we know very well, Christ of the Christ, and he is rising from the dead. Understand, crucifixions, and he is rising from the dead, but its date was not a fixed one. But this date was not a fixed one. So then what happened? Because it replaced an older festivals to celebrate the coming of spring after a long winter. Understand? And this is the celebrated coming of the spring after a long winter, dated by the lunar calendar, and this was dated by lunar calendar. So we see that traditionally on that day, people of each village used to make a tour of their village lands. Understand? This became the habit. The people used to now make their tours towards their villages or towards their lands. And with the coming of the Christianity, they continued to do this kind of the practices. They continued, understand, this kind of practices, but they called the village as the parish, the area under the supervision of the priest, and this will begin to be the called as the parish, the area which was under the supervision of the priest. And overworked peasants say welcome holidays, and now peasants were the very overworked, so they preferred the holidays because they were not expected to work then, and during these holidays the laborers were free from their workers were had freed from their works, and they expected not they will work, and they would work, and these days were meant for prayer, and these days were meant, but people usually spent a good part of them. Now the people, good part of them having the fun and feasting. Understand? So the good part of these days, holidays, are the Christians spent in the fun and feast. And moreover, pilgrims was the important part of the Christians' life. The pilgrims, and many people went on the long journeys to shrine of the martyrs or to the big churches. As a mark of the pilgrims, the many Christians now go to celebrate in the big churches or the at the place monuments of the martyrs. Understand? So now in this way we see that in the churches and the society, the many traditions. Understand? The Easter or the birth of the crucifixion, Easter, and birth of the Christ. These all ceremonies had been established on the previous ceremonies. Understand? Or the previous festivals. Okay. So now still we see that the many of the prior festivals, understand, or the previous festivals still had been the practicing along with the Christianity. Okay, thank you very much. Or the next topics we shall start about the second state, yani means the nobility. Understand? About the novels we shall study. Thank you very much for attending the class.